Dear students, welcome to the online course module number 4, Rectifiers. The course instructors are Mr. G. Ram Prakash and Mr. B. Venkatesan, assistant professors from EEE department. In this course, the students will be able to understand the conversion of alternating current into direct current. Before going into the conversion process, let us introduce about AC and DC. Starting in the late 1880s, Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla were involved in a battle now known as War of Currents. Edison developed direct current that runs continuously in a single direction, like in a battery or a fuel cell. During the early years of electricity, direct current was the standard in United States, shortly known as DC. But there was one problem. Direct current is not easily converted into higher or lower voltage. Tesla identified this problem and believed that alternating current was a solution to this problem. Alternating current reverses the direction to a certain number of times per second, that is 60 seconds in United States, and it can be converted into different voltages using a transformer. Edison, not wanting to lose the royalties he was earning from his direct current patents, began a campaign to discredit alternating current. He spread misinformation saying that alternating current was more dangerous, even going so far as to publicly electrocute stray animals using alternating current to prove his point. Where is DC current used? DC power is widely used in low voltage applications such as charging batteries, automotive applications, aircraft applications, and other low voltage, low current applications. All the solar panels nowadays produce DC power. Now, let us know about what is meant by a diode. Diode is a one-wave valve for current. It can be explained easily with examples like gas X valve, leg vein valve, hot valve. A typical diode will have two terminals, anode and cathode. The diode packages and their identification are as shown in the figure. Now we can see what is meant by a rectifier. A rectifier is a device that simply converts alternating current into direct current. The way a rectifier changes AC to DC is by the use of a diode or multiple diodes. Diodes only allow electrons to flow in one direction through them. There are two different types of rectifiers: half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. The full wave rectifier is further classified into center tapped full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier. Half wave rectifier has a typical circuit configuration that has an AC input source connected to DC load through a diode. The AC input waveform will have both positive and negative half cycles as shown in the figure, with time in x-axis and voltage in y-axis, while the DC output will have only positive half cycles. Now, the operation of a half wave rectifier involves two half cycles. During positive half cycle, that is from the time interval t0 to time interval t1, the anode terminal of diode will be positive and cathode terminal of the diode will be negative. This condition is called forward bias condition. During this condition, the diode will allow the flow of electrons from AC input source to the load or L. During the negative half cycle, that is from the time interval t1 to the time interval t2, the anode terminal of the diode will be negative and cathode terminal of the diode will be positive. Hence, diode will be in reverse bias condition. During this condition, the diode will not allow the flow of electrons from AC source to the DC load or L. So, the output voltage of a half wave rectifier for 3 input cycles will be as shown in the figure, where there will be flow of current from time interval t0 to t1 and no flow of current from time interval t1 to time interval t2. Now we can see the operation of a full wave rectifier. The full wave rectifier converts both the positive half cycle and negative half cycle of an AC input into DC output. Center tapped full wave rectifier. The circuit diagram of a center tapped full wave rectifier will have AC input source connected to the primary winding of a transformer and DC load connected to the secondary winding of the transformer through two diodes D1 and D2. As the name suggests, the midpoint of the secondary winding will be grounded. Center tapped full wave rectifier involves both positive half cycle and negative half cycle. During positive half cycle, the diode D1 will remain in forward bias condition and diode D2 will remain in reverse bias condition. Hence, the current will flow from secondary winding of the transformer to the load or L through diode D1. During negative off cycle, diode D1 will remain reverse bias condition and diode D2 will remain forward bias condition. Hence, the current flows from secondary winding of the transformer to the load RL through diode D2. Now we can see about the operation of a full wave bridge rectifier. The circuit diagram of a full wave bridge rectifier will have AC input source connected to the primary winding of a transformer and DC load connected to the secondary winding of a transformer with 4 diodes, namely D1, D2, D3 and D4 arranged in a bridge manner. Now the operation of the full wave bridge rectifier also involves 2 half cycles. During the positive half cycle, the diodes D1 and D2 will remain in forward bias condition, while diode D3 and D4 will remain in reverse bias condition. Hence, the current flows from the secondary winding of the transformer to the load RL through diode D1 and flows back to the secondary winding through diode D2. During negative off cycle, the diodes D1 and D2 will remain in reverse bias condition and diodes D3 and D4 will remain in forward bias condition. Hence, the current flows from the secondary winding of a transformer through D4 to the load RL and from the load RL to the secondary winding through diode D3. Hence, the output voltage of a full wave rectifier will have both the positive half cycle and negative half cycle.